Makaneo was a young man living on the streets, struggling to get by day to day. He had no family to speak of, and he relied on his wits and determination to survive. But despite his best efforts, he found himself in trouble with the law on more than one occasion. One day, after a series of run-ins with the police, Makaneo was arrested and charged with a string of petty crimes. With no one to turn to and no money to pay for a lawyer, he found himself facing a long stretch in jail. As the days passed, Makaneo grew increasingly despondent. He knew he was innocent of the charges against him, but no one seemed to believe him. He began to lose hope that he would ever see the outside world again. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, Makaneo's case came up for review. To his surprise, he was offered a deal. If he agreed to be locked up in the asylum, his charges would be dropped and he would be free to leave once his time was served. Makaneo had no choice but to accept the offer. And so, with a heavy heart, he found himself locked up in the asylum, with no idea how long he would be there or when he would be able to leave. As the days turned into weeks, and the weeks turned into months, Makaneo began to lose track of time. He grew increasingly isolated and depressed, feeling as though he had been forgotten by the outside world. But despite the challenges he faced, Makaneo never lost hope. He knew that one day he would be able to escape from the asylum and start a new life. And so he waited, biding his time and planning his escape. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, Makaneo's chance came. He managed to sneak out of the asylum under the cover of darkness, and he ran as fast as he could, determined to put as much distance between himself and the asylum as possible. As he ran, Makaneo felt a sense of freedom and liberation that he had never known before. He knew that he had finally escaped the asylum and that he was free to live his life on his own terms. And he vowed to never look back, to keep moving forward and to make the most of the life he had been given.